Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to Manifest with Miriam. As you can see, I am not in my Melbourne apartment. I am overseas. I'm in Bali. I have just changed locations today. I'm staying in Ubud. We have the beautiful rainforest behind me. I'm so incredibly grateful to be here and be surrounded by such beautiful nature. In today's video, I wanted to talk about self-love and the journey that I've been on and I'm still on, and a few reasons why self-love is the most important thing in your whole entire elevation journey. Because without self-love, you'll never be able to reach the peak or the height of tapping into your higher self, of tapping into your highest potential. We have some notes here, so if you see me looking down, that is why. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, self-love. What is self-love? Self-love is loving yourself wholeheartedly for who you are at your core, not who other people have told you to be, not who you pretend to be. It's accepting yourself with the good, the bad. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my personal self-love journey, which I'm still on currently. In high school and primary school, I didn't love myself because of what other people had told me, because of maybe bullying, because of maybe other people's opinions, not feeling good enough for multiple reasons. But I hated myself. I didn't like myself. I thought I wasn't worthy for goodness, for great things. And so I would seek validation from other people, and this was toxic because you'll never find validation with anyone else but yourself. You are only merely filling a void. You'll never find proper fulfillment with anyone else. You will only ever be fulfilled within yourself, through yourself. My journey consisted of a lot of self-harm, a lot of negative self-talk, which in turn manifested itself into depression, anxiety, trauma. I put myself through that because I didn't think that I was worthy. Fast forward 10 years from now, I am the happiest I've ever been, and I love myself. I really do. I wake up every day and feel grateful that I get to experience life in this body, in this mind. I thoroughly enjoy my own company, and that is exactly where I want you guys to get to the point where you wake up excited to spend the day with yourself because you just love yourself so much that you cannot wait to experience new things with yourself. I was at a stage in my life where I was seeking a lot of validation from men, from the opposite sex, from boys. Now I know that this was because there was a deep-rooted trauma of my mum and her mum and some family lineage that extended well beyond my timeline, my earth timeline, which was ingrained within my DNA because especially as a woman, we feel things and trauma is stored in the DNA. So whatever your mum went through and whatever her mum went through and whatever your mum's mum went through is going to be passed down to you. And a lot of the times we have these mental illnesses and these issues which are not our own. Most of the time, these burdens are not our own to carry, but we're carrying them because they haven't been dealt with, they haven't been faced. And so my self-love journey for me was a lot of finding out the reasons why I didn't like myself were never my own. It was never because I didn't like myself. It was a burden that I had to carry from my family lineage. And so when you are striving for self-love and when you are striving to ascend, ask yourself, is it really me who is doubting myself? Is it really me who is not believing in myself? Is it really me who doesn't like myself, or someone who came before you that didn't deal with that went through some trauma that you are now carrying? The first thing that you're going to do when starting this self-love journey is ask yourself, are these burdens my own? Does it make sense for me to hate myself? No. So then you need to start asking questions. I was seeking validation from men, and yes, it was filling the void, but only temporarily. I would feel somewhat complete or whole after these interactions with these men, with these boys. But then shortly after that, again, I would feel empty. And you are the only person who can fulfill your own deepest desires, and you are the only person who can complete yourself, who can make yourself whole, who can heal yourself. So please, 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 if you are seeking validation from other sources, whether it be men, alcohol, drugs, binge eating, please cut it out of your life, because you are not going to reach your self-love peak when you are filling that void, that instant gratification, with things that are not sustainable. And so I had to learn that the hard way. I put myself through a lot of trauma with these interactions because I thought that it would fix me, when in reality I was actually just repeating a pattern that all these women had done before me, because that is what felt safe to me, that is what felt normal, that is what self-love felt like to me, because all of these women that came before me, they felt love by experiencing these traumatic events that these men had done to them, but that was all they'd ever known, and that was all I'd ever known until I started to question it. Even if something feels comfortable, it doesn't mean it's good for you. It doesn't mean that it's right. It just means that that is the way your brain is wired to feel like that is comfortable, and that is what you've been classically conditioned and programmed to believe, but that is not actually right. It's just comfortable. Just because something is comfortable doesn't mean that it's right. Camera focusing. I don't know if this camera is focusing. You need to ask yourself, where are you seeking this approval from? Where are you seeking outside validation from? Is it the men or the boys? Is it the binge eating? Is it the alcohol? Once you've narrowed that down, then you can start to ask yourself the question, okay, what are they giving me that I'm not giving myself? What feeling or emotion or comfort are they providing you that you are not providing yourself? Write it down, journal about it, brainstorm, put some reflective, meditative music on, and ask yourself, what are they giving me that I can't give myself? As soon as you figure that out, you're on the money, because then you can cut that toxic thing out of your life and you can start to give yourself what they're giving you. For me personally, for the boys, it was, they were validating me as a person and they were making me feel loved. Simple as that. I was feeling loved when they would do these things for me, and unfortunately that love wasn't something I was giving myself, because I was getting it from them. I was seeking this love from them and this approval from them. And so when I finally cut that out, I actually had to start loving myself, because I had no other choice. I had no other love in my life. I had to then start giving myself that princess treatment, even though they weren't even giving me princess treatment. It was so toxic, but that's another story. Find out, what are you seeking validation from? What is that giving you? And how can you then in turn give that to yourself? And that is a form of self-love. When you can give yourself basic needs, you're on the road to higher self ascension, transformation, elevation. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's 7 levels, I believe, in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'll put a thing up on the screen here. Start to move through all the levels of needs. And this is how you're going to get good at practicing self-love. This is how you're going to get confident. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the bottom layer, we have the basic needs. Food, shelter, water, easy. If you're watching this video, you have access to Wi-Fi, which means that bottom level is completed, if not the second. So that's the first. Are you giving yourself food? Yes. Are you giving yourself shelter? Yes. Are you giving yourself water? Yes. Okay, you've made it. Sit with that. Practice gratitude for that. Okay, I'm giving myself all of this, a basic need, which some people don't actually have that. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that's a really good tool to help you get to self-actualization, which is your highest potential. As a human being, we do, and you do have the capacity to love yourself. You do have the capacity to fulfill your own needs and to put love into your own heart and to vibrate off the love frequency, which is the highest frequency that you can vibrate off of. An easy way that you can tap into self-love and find who you are again, because when you lose yourself and you don't love yourself anymore, it's most likely that you don't know who you are. So in order to find yourself again and in order to love yourself again, I want you to meditate, journal, and think back to what you were doing as a child, to what you were doing between the ages of 5 to say 12 or 13. What were you doing then? Because it's most likely that you were a happy child, because all children are, because they are pure souls. They haven't been classically conditioned to the point of corruption and depression and anxiety. What were you doing as a child? What did you enjoy? What made you happy? Did you draw? Did you write? Did you sing? Did you dance? Did you used to like to climb trees and go out in nature? I want you to incorporate one of those things into your life every day for a whole entire week. If it's the tree climbing one, go to your local park every morning and climb a tree and tap into that inner child. Tap into your inner child, because she's still there. She lives within you. It's your soul, your being, your essence. She's still there. She's just waiting to be awakened. Inner child healing is so powerful, because at the end of the day, we are all just children on this earth. We are all just pure souls waiting to be enlightened. The child in you never dies. It's just your body that simply ages, but the soul stays the same. The soul remains pure. You can always revert back to purity. I tapped into my inner child a lot this past year by starting out my content again. This is something that I used to do when I was a teenager. I used to make videos and I wanted to help people and I wanted to edit them and send my message out to the universe, and I had something to say and I wanted to say it, and I have been doing that, and I've never felt more free. I've never felt more aligned, because I'm healing my inner child and in turn healing that self-love and then loving myself even more, because I'm doing what I said that I would, and I'm doing what I wanted to pursue as a child. To pursue self-love, if you truly love yourself, you will do the things that you said you wanted to do. That's the highest form of self-love, is being loyal to yourself. I also practice mirror work, glamour magic, which is essentially, as you're getting ready for the day, makeup, hair, whatever it is, saying affirmations as you're doing your hair. And this actually puts good energy into your hair or on your face. As you're doing your makeup, say affirmations as you're putting these products in your face. And this actually you are actually putting this good energy onto you, like inside you. Like, use glamour magic and affirmations and mirror work to really start to love yourself more. But again, going back to the beginning, you need to find out, in order to start to love yourself purely and wholly and truly and honestly, and not just fake it, you need to find out, what am I seeking validation from, who, what, where, when, why, and cut that out, and then you need to give that to yourself. You need to figure out why you are the way that you are, so that you can then mend the way that you are with your own, on your own, by yourself. My self-love journey has been a long one, and it's still going, and I still have days where I'm not feeling the best, and that is normal, and that is okay. And I think the main thing is, definitely cut yourself some grace, because it's a journey. Healing is linear, and you're gonna have good days and you're gonna have bad days. And as soon as you start to love yourself, that doesn't just mean that all of a sudden, okay, I love myself, everything's great, yes, love myself, self-love, everything's amazing. No, you're allowed to have ebbs and flows. Universal law of polarity, what goes up must come down, so remember that. But I really hope this video helped you guys with some self-love tips. I am so looking forward to filming a bunch whilst I'm here. Like, guys, come on. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.